Hi everybody. I'm going to try and make a little video here because now I'm using my camera again, but I bought this little tripod thing over there to the Amazon people, and it was only 11 bucks for this thing, but I think it's going to work for my telephone. My other little tripod thing, I used it till it broke, and then I glued it with Gorilla Glue, but then it broke again, and then I glued it again with Gorilla Glue. And if you ever use this Gorilla Glue like I have, it foams up and makes all this stuff. And so now it's like on all these pieces, but I'm going to use the pieces somehow to make some kind of art out of it. It's going to go into a steampunk art or something. So right now what I'm doing is we had macaroni and cheese and ham for dinner. And so I use these kind of macaroni and cheese that's really not good for you. And I had 2 boxes. It's generic. I saved the boxes. These boxes are going to be covers for journals. So I want to show you how I do this cover thing now. You all probably already know, but I'm just assuming that nobody knows anything except me. You know, I know everything and nobody else knows nothing. So what I do though is I take, first of all, to make this strong, I got this wallpaper tape. Love this wallpaper tape. And so what I do first is I just cut it with a pair of scissors that are used. Oh, here they are. They're where they belong. And I just take these scissors and I cut. It is a self-sticking, so you just peel this back off. You just kind of peel this back off. It's as simple as 1, 2, 3. You just peel the back off. Well, let's go to a different corner. And you just peel, oh, there we go. Peel the back off like this, and then it's like all sticky. And so then you just kind of put it on your, just put it on. There we go, see, and then I'll get another piece. See, I just cut the top and the bottom and one side off of the box. And see, I'm concentrating. When I concentrate, okay, I'm still concentrating. You see the smoke? Well, anyway, this is okay, this is what I'll show you. See, and then what I do is I just peel it off, and then I just go on up again until the whole thing is covered. I cut it big so that then it can go on the underside thusly. Like that. Until the whole thing's covered like this. Okay, and then what I like to do, okay, don't throw away this edge. This edge that you cut off, don't throw that away, because when I make the signatures, I'm actually going to attach them. Well, I'll cover this first so it doesn't look like macaroni and cheese. I'll cover it with like designer paper. I won't do it today because I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed pretty soon. But I wanted to make this video before I went to bed, because this is going to be part 1 of my macaroni and cheese. Now, my macaroni and cheese box. But just remember, you can use any size box. But I'm doing these out of the macaroni and cheese. Okay, and then after I do that, then I just so happen to have a couple of these chipboard pieces. You might have some laying around. If you don't have like chipboard pieces, you might have buttons. You might have a paper clip. You might have anything that's got some dimension, and put on that, over that. And I have this star, and then I have this like book plate. It's just chipboard. So I'm going to just kind of I'm going to kind of just go like this and put a little glue on there, just enough to kind of hold it in its place where I want it to be. I'm going to just put it right there, because I want that book plate thing to go on the back spine of the book. That's where I want that to be. And then I want this here star. I don't need much glue because it's going to be covered, you'll see. And then I'm going to put the star on the front. You can put anything. You can put letters. You can put just anything that is kind of dimensional. Okay, and then that's all you need to go. Then you need to have, well, I just had it right here. My hot little hand. Where'd I put it? Or, oh, here it is. This silver tape. Man, this silver tape is like the cat's meow. Now, when I put, again, it's you buy the hardware store. You don't have to go to Michael's or anything. Just go to the hardware store, and you can get a very big roll of it. You know it. You find it over there in the air conditioning ducts and stuff like that, or just ask somebody. Tell them you need that silver tape, and they'll help you. You know, they got good people there. And then, see, I'm going to tape that on there thusly, you know. And I like to go around and kind of put my tape hither and dither. You know, that means in different ways. And you might have seen me do something like this before, but not exactly, but sort of, but kind of. And so, but, you know, now if your husband or your brother or your neighbor or anybody, if they do like dry air conditioning, they probably got this kind of tape in their garage. Your husband might have some in his garage. Just go check there first. Always check the Hubster's toolbox before you go off spending your money at the hardware store, because it's cheaper to steal it from the Hubster than it is to, like, buy it new, you know. I'm sure you understand that. I'm sure you understand. So, and if you want to, you can just go straight across. But, you know, and if you want to, like if you're all like OCD and stuff, you might could just go straight across. But I don't have any of that OCD stuff in my system. Sometimes I wish I did. Sometimes I wish I was a little bit OCD, but I'm not. I don't have any OCD in me. I left it somewhere. I didn't take it off the shelf. And so I have none. So I have no OCD. I am OC done. And so I don't have no impulsive. Unless you call, well, maybe you call hoarding like OCD, like oppressive. What is it? Oh, something compulsive disorder. I don't even know what it means. Yeah, that's how much I don't have of OCD. And so, but this really will make an awesome book cover. This is a book cover. I don't know if I told you this is going to be a junk journal. I don't know if I mentioned that. I don't know if I mentioned that little bit of information yet. But that's what it's going to be when it's finished. And so, but I'm not going to show you this whole thing today, because I'm only show you like, maybe I'll go like 30 minutes. Maybe. And maybe not that long. You never know. Because I am kind of tired and I think I want to go to bed. I just ate a Happy Meal. Only because, do you know why? Only because I really wasn't hungry. But do you know what? My daughter was babysitting this little baby. Her name was Luella. And she had the cutest little toy. It was Yoshi. I don't know if y'all know who Yoshi is. But I love him. Yoshi, off of the Mario people, you know. Nintendo people. And so then I said to my daughter, Daughter, go buy me a Happy Meal. And she did. Because, of course, my kids do whatever I tell them to do, because they're very obedient like that. And I am extremely spoiled. But, so I ate a cheeseburger and my apples. I fed the french fries to the dogs. They just all sat there looking like they were starving to death. So I kind of fed them the french fries. But then I got Yoshi. He's up on my shelf now because I just love toys. I don't know why. I shouldn't, because I'm like old and stuff. But I'm not really old. That's just that level of life. You know, I thought I invented that life levels, you know, because I say, well, I'm at level 68 in this game of life. And I thought I made it up. And then today, of all things, I saw a thing on Facebook that somebody else said the same thing. I said, well, dang, and I thought I invented that phrase that it's just a level of life, you know, a life level. So, oh well, so that popped my bubble. But who knows? Maybe I did say it first and somebody else heard it and somebody else made the meme after they heard it from me. But, yeah, no, I can't take it. I can't take the credit for coming up with that smart idea. Okay, so now I'm getting the whole thing. First I covered it with that drywall tape. And then, so the drywall people, you know, you steal it from them. And then your husband will probably have some of this kind of tape too now. So then the next thing you do, now I've got that silver cover. See how shiny that is? Hang on a minute. I got to go get something now, but I got a pause button on this phone. See, this is why I like to use my phone. I can pause it. Okay, pause, hold your nose. There, see? I like to be able to use my phone because then I got that pause thing. So I paused it and went and got me these things here that I need. Because now, see, the next step here is, you know, this is a little bit time consuming, but it's worth it in the long run. Because, see, I got this one thing. It's got like a big ball on it. What do you call these things? You call them something. You call them something, but I don't remember what you call them. And so now, see, I'm rubbing over this. You can actually use anything. The handle of a butter knife, handle of a spoon, or anything to kind of just burnish it down. Or just, you know, burnish it down. And this is why you want something three-dimensional on there. And not that you have to have anything three-dimensional on here, but it's just, you know, it's just, you can. And so, but I'm gonna really make this thing up quite fancily. And you'll see that within time, because there'll probably be like 5 parts to this because of the way I work slow. And I don't get all 5 parts and then post them. I get 1 part, post it, and then later on I get a part and post it. But see, I want to get this done quickly because I have an order for a junk journal. I don't know if she'll want this one because this one might be kind of small. She might want a bigger one than this. But I'll ask her, my little friend, if she wants this one or if she'll want a different one. But I got a commission. That's a new word that I learned. I got a commission. Now, when you're like a real artist, you get commissioned to make things. So I got a commission to make a journal, a junk journal for a friend. She used to be just a subscriber, but now she's a friend. My subscribers are just subscribers till I know their name, then they turn into friends. So I got a lot of friends. So, but you see how that is, what I'm doing? And the heat from this brayer, you can even feel that ball up. It's not a brayer. What is this? This is a McGill something. I don't remember what you call it. I'm such a dweeb. But now see, this is, now see this here little piece, this fits right inside of here. So I'm going to be putting something on here later on, and it'll go inside of that little thing. But, and I'm going to be sewing the, I'm going to be sewing the signatures in, but I'm not going to sew the signatures through to the outside. I'm going to sew them onto this. I'm going to sew the signatures to this piece. I'll first cover it with some pretty paper so it looks pretty fancy schmancy. And then I will sew the signatures to this, and then this will get glued to the spine inside. Just in case you don't watch the rest of it, then you'll know. But now this is what's time consuming, is I go with each little hole that's in the the drywall tape that's underneath the air conditioning duct tape. And but I go through and this takes a while because see, then I use the smaller ball to do that, but I like to get this impression in there. And then I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do when I'm finished with this cover. See, I'm going to tell you just in case you don't get to watch part 2 and part 3 and part 6 and 7. You know that it takes me a while. I'm slow. But just in case you don't get to watch it, you'll know what I got planned ahead. Because when I get finished here with this cover, with all this detail, then I'm going to, the whole thing will get painted black with just black flat craft paint. I'm going to paint the whole thing black. I'll let that dry for a little while, but then I'm going to take a dry rag and I'm going to buff that paint off. What'll happen is all that black paint will come off of the outside, I mean of the raised parts, but it will not come off of these seams where the paint, you know, see how I put the tape on crooked? It will not come out of them. The paint will stay in those grooves and in these little holes. So it'll give it a steampunk look. And it really gives it a really neat look. I love it myself. But see, what I'm going to be doing is now I have a star here and I have the book plate here. There's 2 little holes here that will get, some kind of a metal piece will get put in them holes so it'll look like screws. I might even have a screw top that I can cut the bottom off with a Dremel and put just the screw top on there so it'll look like it's screwed on. And so we'll see when we get to that part, but I do believe I can do that. And but see you can kind of see now the ones that I've done already here, the ones that are already the ones that I've already embossed or debossed or whatever. I don't get the right words, but I try to use the right words so that I sound intelligent. But I don't always get the right words. Now see, I listen to other YouTubers that do have all the right words, and then I write the right words down so that I figure next time I do a video I'll be more professional. But then I lose my list of words, and so I just have to use the words that I learned down on a farm, you know. I learned some pretty good stuff on the farm. Some of it you don't even want to know. But, because, like, I'm growing up, and here I am, like, 9 years old, and today the artificial breeder man is coming for the cows, you know. And so I'm out in the barn while the artificial breeder man is out there and doing his thing with this really long rubber glove. And, you know, I didn't think nothing of it. I was raised on a farm. And it's just something they did it every spring or whatever they did it. No, I think the calves were born in the spring. But, because when you have a dairy farm, you got to keep them cows, you know, barefoot and pregnant so that they keep making milk. And so I know a lot of stuff a lot of kids don't know nothing about. And I just thought it was all just normal stuff, you know. You know, you could go rent a bull, but man, the bull get tired after a while. So you just call in the artificial breeder man. He just goes down, you know, all the cows is in the barn in their little stanchions, and the artificial breeder man, he's got a little stool he stands on, and he takes care of the job with his really long rubber glove. Now, I don't know how I got on that one. I never know how I get on stuff. But I got this gift of gab. I told you that before, that, I just got this gift of gab. I don't know how to Haitian. I don't. I just have got noise coming out of my mouth at all times. I talk in my sleep. The hubster says I even sing in my sleep. And so, and maybe I do. I don't know. I don't think he'd lie to me. Well, he did tape me one time when I was asleep. And I said, "Oh, that wasn't me." And he said, "Yes, ma'am, it was. That was you last night when you were supposed to be sleeping." And so, but yeah, so he's taped me. And I never shut up. I just don't. And, I think it's because, I might have said this before, but as I was growing up, I was like a quiet child, I was like the wallflower. And so I didn't speak a lot. So I think now that I'm up at level 68, I think now I'm just making up for it, because I think God gives you so many words that have to be said in a lifetime. And since I was a quiet child, well, then all them words got just saved up, and then I got to use them now. Because you just don't know how life can be really short, and then, oh man, this arthritis hand. Yeah, no, I won't be able to do a lot of this before I have to. That's some other tools, too, that I use with my metal. And I'll be using some of the other tools to do even more embellishing or more embossing into this metal. I love this stuff. I just love playing with this stuff. Can you see that now, how it's beginning to take shape around the star? That's the star of the show, right there. That star, okay? Yeah, now this is getting the boring part. And I'm not going to do the whole thing tonight right here in front of you, because I know it'll just crack you up and you'll end up in a mental asylum or something. You know what? I just downloaded a book to my Kindle. And it is about ghost stories, it's about haunted hospitals and mental asylums and stuff like that. Sanatoriums.